Good evening, guys. How's everybody? Welcome. Greeting you in your time zone. Good evening, guys. Moiseni. Comments below where you are watching us from. Comments below. Welcome to our new followers. Our page is growing. We have a lot of new followers, so I would like to officially welcome our new followers. Karen, how are you? Karen, good to see you. Mulibuti ba Karen, ba Zain, mulibuti ba Sam. Share, guys. We are live. Itenia bantu, chentu poshanye. Itenia bantu mukwai. We are live. We were off for the Easter weekend, but we are back. Florence Mwale mulishani ba Florence. Itenia bantu. Share your voice, your choice. We're going to open up the lines after 30 minutes. I think Mama Matipa will join us today, and then you can join us via phone. So the number, I'm going to pin the number here, so you can join us via phone. We're Pastor Mlenga Mulishani. So this is an international number. It's a +1. It's a +1 number. Yes, so it's a +1 number. And I've pinned the number there. If you want to call the number, you can call the number. I have pinned the number. So welcome, guys. Welcome. We'll try to be quick today. It's your voice, your choice. So we contribute, guys. Let us contribute. We have a national crisis of millennial. I'm sure you have all seen the videos. So welcome. Good evening. I'll introduce myself really quick because we have a lot of followers. So I'm going to introduce myself so you get to know me. For all the new followers, my name is Apumulos Tumbeko. I'm a certified human rights activist, and I'm the founder of Ubuntu Forum, which is a page for people who care about Zambia. Hi, welcome, Mama Matipa, welcome. Good to see you. Mulishani, long time.
Ala to the fair we know Ubuntu Forum. Sorry, I've been away trying to make some a living, and for some reason I'm having challenges with internet today. I hope it will be stable for this evening, but otherwise I'm fine. Good evening, viewers. Good evening, listeners. I missed you all, and it's nice to be back and to see it's now a call-in program. Well done, Mama Pumula.
Yes. I think calling is more convenient for everyone, because we are still going to take, if you want to join the panel, to join the live, I think the limit is only like 4 people, but to call in, we can take people from anywhere. So guys, welcome. I was just saying that there's a lot of new people on the page, so I would like to welcome the people. And it's a good thing that there's a lot of new people, because it shows that the young people, Anik, there's an echo. I think one of your phones, the volume.
Okay, how is it now?
It's gone, yeah. It's gone. Okay. So share, guys. Let's get started. We'll get started. We know there's a lot going on. People are at different pages. So you can follow this live whenever you are free. Whenever you are free, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch the videos on there. Otherwise, you're welcome, guys. Today, the topic, we are looking at the millennial shortages, and also the violence. And let me just pull up my list before, let me not forget what our topics are, so we stay on top of it. So mainly it's violence and the meal shortages that we are supposed to talk about. Mama Matipa, any comments before we proceed?
Well, indeed, there's been a lot of scams regarding Millie the arrest of President Membe, and separation of powers of the police. All these are things that have to be addressed. We all know that the UPND actually allowed Zambians to export maize, and now that the Zambians started exporting this maize, they want to cry foul. This was the same thing with fertilizer. When they distributed the fertilizer late, again, they didn't want to take responsibility. This government doesn't want to take responsibility of anything. They do wrong, they don't want to take responsibility. And I would like to agree with what President Sata said. It is an under 5 government, because it's a government which is just full of trial and errors. You know, now Zambia is importing maize, and it's shocking to learn that the #1 businessman in this country, because he prides himself to the saying that he is very good at business, and yet he has failed once again. What a shame on him. A real big shame. And for him, for me, I would rather, you know, really, by HH, you're failed. He has terribly failed. And the honors that he could actually, the gift he could give to the Zambian people is to just resign. He has failed lamentably, Mama Pumulo, and let him resign.
Yes. So thank you, Mama Anik. Welcome, viewers. Let's just share. I know the country right now is in confusion. And as per title, I think that the president should come live and address the nation. The president should come live and address the nation on this meal crisis. The videos that are going around are very worrisome. If you have seen the videos that are circulating, it's almost like there are riots in the country. People, when they see a truck carrying meal, they are almost attacking the trucks. You know, they are throwing stones at the trucks carrying meal. So for me, I want to challenge the president to say, let him hold a press briefing and talk to the Zambians. Let him talk to the Zambians about what is happening.
Mama Pumulo, he has decided to talk to the Zambians using his Facebook page. That the Zambia, this evening, about 30 minutes ago, he posted on his page that Zambia National Service is on top of things, and they are distributing meal in all areas of the country. And that's the way he feels that he should actually address the Zambian people, which for me really is a shame. Thank you.
So if I missed that one, so if the president has gone on a Facebook page and made a statement, then my question now is, this is the president of technocrats who inherited reserves. I see you getting an echo, Anik, from your phone. There's still an echo.
This phone?
Yeah.
No. Oh. How is it now?
I think it stopped.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. So for me, I think Zambia, we are not going to be ruled. It's still there. So I don't know, maybe it's the phone. I don't know. One of your gadgets is echoing.
Mama Pumulo, I've switched off the volume on all my phones.
Okay. All right. All right.
Hello?
Yes.
Now I've just turned the volume completely down. I don't know if I'll be able to hear you.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. I think now it's gone. Can you hear me?
Very faintly,
Okay.
because I've just
Put it
switched
up.
off my
Just pull
phone
it up. I
completely.
think maybe it was my phone. I did. Maybe it was my other phone.
Okay.
Can you increase your volume?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I think it was this other phone. Yes. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. So it's gone. So guys, for me, I am just saying that this president came with a pack of promises, promising a land of milk and honey. He inherited national reserves, which had millimilk from the year 2018. We had millimilk stocked up, and all this millimilk, when they came with their videos going around of the minister of agriculture, Bamutolo, saying that they were going to be exporting maize and they will be exporting maize. Actually, we are in this situation because the IMF deal that our president signed required him to open the borders for free trade. So this is the history, guys. He opened the borders for free trade. But me, I'm here to say that when he opened those borders for free trade, they didn't do the math. By economists didn't calculate to see how much minimum Zambia consumed and how much they should leave in reserve for the Zambian population. I actually saw a video of Chushika Sanda addressing the media in Chisamba when she was very proudly saying that they are going to export mini milk. So this government has failed us. This is the government that has brought deliberate hunger to Zambians by failing. They have actually failed to plan. They didn't plan accordingly. The numbers, they just saw amatababambo kushtisha. They didn't plan, like, you know, how much maize do we need? Can we see your face? Somebody is saying they can't see my face.
Yeah, we can't see your face.
You can't? Is it black?
No, we just seeing your eyes and your forehead and your hair.
What about now?
Now it's fine.
Oh, okay. I tilted the camera. Thank you. So I was talking to say this government's lack of planning is what has brought problems to Zambia. Mona, they came in, we had excess electricity, they started exporting. This is all the conditions of IMF. Correct me if I'm wrong. By left here, they exported millimilk, exported Amalaiti. Now they're exporting Ubunga to a point where people are actually rioting. We're throwing stones at trucks, carrying millimilk. Guys, is this the dawn we voted for? The new dawn? Is this the change we voted for? It's actually really sad, guys. It's even like depressing. It's like, what are we going to do? What I think now the questions we should be asking is that what are our options? Because the president can't bury his head in the sand. He's the one who has plunged this country into chaos. We can't wait until 2026. Chalafika kuise chalo. They cannot export mealie milk to start importing it. What is going on? If the president is not aware of these the export numbers, then he should fire the ministers. Why is the president shielding the ministers? Why is the president shielding the ministers? If the ministers made these blunders, they should be fired. If the president is aware of these blunders, then he should resign. He should resign together with his ministers. Let them call for early re-elections. That happened in UNIP. We called for early elections. When we went to multi-party democracy, we called for early elections. It's not a joke. What is happening, it's a joke and it's a disgrace. And all these awards they are giving him is actually mocking Zambian people. I hear he's going to Ghana to get an award. An award for what? Do the Ghanaians know what is happening in Zambia? He was in Maputo, they gave him some award. Do these people in Mozambique know what is actually happening in Zambia? You award somebody for success. What are they awarding? All this international fame and international glorification is a sham, because on background the country is falling apart. The country is literally falling apart as we speak, and our president is being given awards all around the world. What is this? It's mocking Zambians. And then Chikasanda made a statement. I am like, we have a government who have no shame. Like Chushikasanda made a statement on diggers to say, you will not remove UPND will stay in power because we do not have a credible opposition. Chushikasanda, if you don't know, guys, her husband is the owner of Alpha Commodities, the company that is in the fertilizer scam. Follow us on the Mwenda. What we are talking here is on it. Public domain. There is no secret. Philippa, public domain. Everyone is aware of the corrupt practices of this new Dawn government. Alpha Commodities, which is owned by Chushikasanda. And Chushikasanda can come and tell Zambians to say they are going to stay in power because there is no credible opposition. This government is out of touch. I just want to remind you, New Dawn, to say 2026 is the poor people versus politician. We don't care any kind of politician. We are against you because it is not even UPND or PF. They are in one basket. As far as I'm concerned, to me, UPND and PF, they are one and the same. They are twins, but they are fraternal twins because they have a few different traits. Everything else is similar because now UPND even want to make more deals, more corrupt deals than the PF. We have the issue of Dr. Fred Membe, where he was attacked. We don't know the details, but we hear he shot a weapon to scare away UPND cadres who tried to attack him. And on this violence, the president again should come out and condemn violence. He cannot be quiet, you know. The president cannot be quiet when his cadres are perpetuating crime. He cannot be doing the same thing Walungu was doing. We are tired of these leaders, you creating Zambia, what's ni playing ground. I'm a politics no Zambia. It's like a game. The politics in Zambia are like a game between PF and UPND, and these parties, they are minorities. No, sana. But PF, they are less than 10% of the population. But you don't, they are less than 20%. They are minority. So if all Zambians to say got up, we call elections today, no, neither PF nor UPND will bounce back because they're in the minority. And more children are turning 16 every day. Every day, as we speak, more children are becoming of age to vote. And it is very sad. And I want to say here that, you know what? We as Zambians need to unite. The enemy is poverty. Like any praise singer, boots licking. I saw some member of parliament, Honorable Shan Yuko, talk about you. Stop this nonsense of UPND versus PF. This nonsense of UPND versus PF has to go. The problem is we African, our men, they have taken over running our politics and they have ruined our politics. Our Zambian men, even African men in general, everywhere in the world, look at what is happening. Men fight. The men are fighting physically. Some have weapons, some via words. I'm in a certain group, a political group, and all they do is squabble our men. Muma group mudia, one posts something against PF, umbialanda something against UPND. They are always fighting each other. In the groups, our men are always fighting each other. When are you men going to sit down and agree to disagree and say, look, we are sitting on a land of milk and honey. The only people who are rich are politicians. When actually all of us, by virtue of being Zambians, we are millionaires. Why can't we have our men sit down and talk progression, talk about how to make every Zambian a millionaire? Because money is there. The money is there. It's just the will of to say, we Zambians stop clapping for these politicians while they loot and plunder our economy. Let's stop clapping for them and stand to say, we want a fair share. We want a better life. Hold our leaders accountable. That's what we should be doing right now. If it's a praise singer, this one is a PF. At the end of it all, we are broke hungry. You support UPND, you support PF, we are all broke and hungry. Where are Chilema's children? Even your PF, Balungu, Bowman Lusambo, where are his children? Bowman Lusambo has twins. When he posts the pictures of his twins, how do they look? They are well fed, they are going to school, they are well dressed. You are cheering for these people who have plundered your economy. And I'm here to say, Zambians, wake up. It's about time you stand for the right thing, stand for yourself. If these leaders won't stand for you, once bitten, twice shy. Zambians, stand for yourself. This is my message. We are a human rights organization. Zambians, stop clapping for politicians. This is what I'll be preaching for me every day. Zambian, stop defending people who have stolen from you or who are stealing from you. Stand for yourself and demand the president to come out, make a statement. If he signed that deal with IMF, he can rescind it and tell IMF this deal is not working. What are they going to do to him? Zambia is a sovereign nation. Because
If he signed that deal with IMF to say open free borders, he should have sat with his ministers to calculate to say, okay, we have so much in reserves. How much do we need to sustain our population? But they didn't do that. They messed up. And we are told, we are reliably told to say these companies exporting mini meal, they are companies for these same politicians. Now they are busy impounding. Tracking, you say, let the which time pound. So it's sad, guys. And we have to start talking, all of us. All of us have to start talking. Muma comment, mumule comment, tabala berengama comments. Ingana abafirwa bachitete step down. Let them step down. Ngana abafirwa amazamenza tuwabaleke, tatuwabaleke. Opposition is not PF all over Membe, all over Bakasonde. Opposition is us Gambians who want a better life. So I'm done on that topic, Mama Nick, if you want to go ahead.
Yes, Mama Pumulo, I just want to clarify one thing. That the president actually called on Zambians to trade in millimil, to export millimil. It's on record. Mutolo Piri allowed the Zambians to export, causing this food insecurity in the country. Zambians are already living below the poverty line. And millimil is vital for the Zambian people because it's their staple food. We already have an economic crisis in Zambia, but as if that is not enough, you know, they now create a high demand for our staple food. The population of Africa is growing each and every day. Therefore, the demand for food is equally growing. Millimil is the iota of the Zambian people. And you see, these mistakes that are being created are being watched by the Zambian people. Power belongs to the people. Never forget that. Power belongs to the people. The same way they put on UPND into power is the same way they are going to remove them. Because we hold the power. We are the voters. So once again, UPND, shame on you. It is one scandal after another. One scandal after one another. And then now they are busy arresting everyone who is trying to do exactly what you told them. You said to them it's a free market. They shouldn't complain at Insara Twachula. There's so much demand for business. He said it. There's a lot of demand to supply Congo. Even when you go to the border, Kasumbalesa, there's a lot of demand for millimil, for eggs, for goats, for village chickens, for tomatoes, for onions, for potatoes, for everything, Mama Pomolo. And so the president says, go out there, business is there. And then whenever you complained about sufferings in the country, they would say, that's why I answer them, but you have not created an enabling environment for me to do business. If I had the muscle, I would have exported millimil because he allowed us. That is a business. No, but businessman is full of trial and error. Zambia, he has failed lamentably. It is time the people of Zambia told him to just go and prematurely retire. There's nothing that he is doing. When we talk about Dr. Fred Membe's attack, this is pathetic, Mama Pumulo, to say the least. Because UPND complained about the PF. But now they are the thugs. UPND cadres are now the thugs. What a shame. This poor man, President Membe, was campaigning in Serenge and attacked in broad daylight. But the police decide to leave the perpetrators of violence and they attack the person who was being attacked. When the UPND cadres attacked Dr. Fred Membe's campaign, he fired shots to scare the perpetrators because there were going to be some deaths. By the way, his firearm is licensed. I listened to Dr. Fred Membe. He has been carrying a firearm since 1974. He's always armed to protect himself. So he said he avoided people getting injured, and that's how he fired 2 shots. But one thing I would like to believe is, you know, I listened to him attentively. This attack was staged. It was a staged attack. The police were on site when all this was going on. Dr. Fred Membe went to seek protection from the police. Instead, he's the one who was arrested and caged. He was abused in front of the police officers. They assaulted him inside the police, but the police could not do anything. What are the police's duties? Huh? I would like to think, among other things, it's to protect every human being in this country, to enforce the law, to investigate crimes, to resolve disputes. But it's not the case. ECZ equally, they need to stop being biased. It's a toothless organization. Most of the time when there's a new government, always ECZ shows some biasness. Because if I were heading ECZ, I'll cancel this by-election. Cancel it. Because it's marred with violence even before people go and vote. HH is on record that he was attacked several times when he used to go and campaign. But his cadres now are behaving like thugs. Tualese Kabambi, Ifipato, PF. Yes, they were thugs also. But now, look at what UPND are doing. They came there in regalia. Huh? And that's where you find people, innocent people die. They're always talking about Nsama. Lawrence, I can't remember his name, dying. What about Congo? Congo, it was equally killed during these same, these same rallies. It's when people die. If anything, Dr. Fred Membe did the honorable thing. He fired shots to disperse the crowd. Mama Pumulo, if that man did not do that, you would have heard that somebody died at that rally. Those shots were fired in the air. They were not pointed at someone. He was trying to avoid a calamity. And instead of cheering the person who has dispersed an unruly crowd, you decide to arrest that person. The police needs to stop this biasness. Policemen, you are there to do your job. You're not there to be cadres. That's why they find themselves, they remove them. Because these politicians don't forget. If only we can have a law that policemen should stop being biased, it should have separation of powers from State House. Presidents, ministers should not get involved in the duties of the police. But nowadays, Mama Pumulo, if you report a crime, you then become the perpetrator. They actually even arrest you. As long as you've reported a crime against the ruling party's cadre, or even somebody of influence in the ruling party, you are now there as a perpetrator and you suffer the consequences of being locked up on trumped up charges, Mama Pumulu. Trumped up. Now our police, they are so biased, they are so corrupt, the policemen. I have witnessed policemen in Zambia receiving bribes. It is done without shame. People taking out money and giving them, and they go and change the story. Policemen are supposed to be witnesses in courts of law. If they are on the scene and they witness any abuse that takes place. But Katushinga Ninsala, we all know that in Saraka Pondo. But you know, you are a man who is there to preserve law and order. But they are busy gliding Utuma 200 kwacha under the table. I have been a victim and I have seen it. It's a shame. It's a real shame. In all the governments, it has happened. In MMD, in PF, and right now it is happening in UPND. It has to come to an end. The ministers stop interfering in the duties of the police. Leave them to perform independently. But when orders come, atama orders yafumine from high office. What do you mean high office? Were they there when this crime was being perpetrated? Nothing. So Africa, we need to move on. Because Mama Pumulo, even if UPND leaves government tomorrow, the next government will equally be doing the same. They did it to HH. They did it to Rupia Banda. They did it to Bachiluba. You know, and now they are doing it even they did it to UPND. And now they're doing it to upcoming politicians, because we are tired of recycled politicians. We need new faces on the political scene. And so if these upcoming people are threatened by unruly cadres, HH says you behave in a cadre manner way, you are on your own. You are gone. But hell no, they are not on their own, Mama. The government is backing them. All the ministers get involved in cases for as long as you are in opposition. This is a fact. It's not a lie. It happens. Thank you, Mama Puma.
Now I'm wondering, guys, the phone line is there. If you want to call on WhatsApp, you can call in. But, you know, for me, I've just reached a point that we are so tired of talking the same thing. Not to come up broken records, you know?
Yes.
We have now become broken records, because apparently these recycled politicians, they are playing the same old tricks they know in the book. The same old trick here, but when you come in power, you control the police, and you actually, what is the word? You control the police and you promote anarchy. You promote cadres, cadreism. I remember even our son, Ellington, when he was attacked, the police told him, run, you are on your own.
Yeah.
When Ellington was attacked, he was told, these are cadres, run. This is the topic we were hearing when PF was in power. So does it mean that all the cadres from PF are now in Udon? We need to break this cycle. We need to break this cycle. That's why Zambia is going nowhere. Then Apanomba ngamlefo kushitama politics. It's a Zambian versus politician versus recycled politician. We are done as Zambians. We are done. We need to purge this country of recycled politicians, because if you bring a recycled politician, they'll come with the same nonsense again. Same nonsense, just different color. From red, from green to red. Recycled politician. To Anaka, they are all bitter. They all want to what is the word? They all want to what is the word? To revenge. Yes, they all want to revenge. All these recycled politicians, they want revenge. Everybody fire. They are crying, we want to come in government, we want to come in government. They want revenge. Ordinary Zambians, forget about PF. Forget about UPND. It is finished. They are the ones making loudest because number one, we PF bali kwa 10 pia. So bale pange chongo. And the PF think money will give them an election. Our UPND Valeiva, Efondela Pano is just it's public information, it's on public domain. This UPND, the scandals they have, they are worse than PF. The money they have stolen is worse than PF. So if this you don't think money will save them, they are in for a shock. Unite. Zambian, we are all millionaires. We are few, very few, only 20 million Zambians. We have more money than people. But guess what? Only politicians are rich. The rest of us, we are in poverty. Border towns. People are smuggling 10 bags of mini meal to eat her business. That is irresponsible. Do you know what impact is going to cause on the Zambians? The food security? Because it's a job of the government to ensure food security. Government, if we actually ensure there is enough food in the country for everyone at reasonable prices. So even this thing, I want to collect to Ubunga, 280 kwacha, 400 kwacha, it's irresponsible of the government. So me, I do not even want to see a praise singer on my page. Praise singer. Why are you clapping for people who are but praise singer, shame on you. Praise singer, Ubunga pali 50 kwacha praise singer. But they must better come out in the open and apologize to Zambian people. Ukulale mama statement by Facebook won't cut it. It's not every Zambian who has access to Facebook. Mama villages, are they going to have access to the president's statement? The president must come on national TV and national radio and address this crisis. We Zambians must demand that he comes on radio and national TV and address the Zambians.
No one will listen to him. The Zambians are fed up.
Yes, but at least he will keep his face. Even if Zambians don't listen, that is what he's supposed to do at this point.
You know what the people of Zambia need? They need HH to walk the talk. HH needs to walk the talk. I personally expected so much better from HH, but alas, there is no difference, Mama Pumu.
Even when
there are so many scandals right now, but we have not heard of the resolutions they have taken on these scandals. Scandals of Sujilite, of Mukula, fertilizer, the roads,
electricity.
So many scandals.
Yes.
Electricity. Huh? In the face of climate change, Mama Pumulu, you allow for a creation of food insecurity? In the face of climate change? What a shame. It's a real shame. Where are his ministers? His ministers don't work. I was told today that Mutolo Piri does what his boss tells him to do. He cannot act without instructions coming from the boss. Remember, Mama Pumulo, this government cannot work unless the boss says so. Whatever pronouncements you are going to make as a minister, they have to be cleared by the number one boss. You want to involve yourself in everything? It's impossible. Zambia has more than 20 million people. How can one person govern? That's why we have those positions of ministers, of permanent secretaries, of directors. It's to oversee the affairs of the nation. But now, Mama Pumulo, PSs are not working. It's a long, long time when I heard an instruction coming from a PS doing their jobs. No, ministers are so scared to take decisions. Because
Now
the
and this young minister, what is that? What is his name? Aliku boxing.
That's the PS. That is the PS.
Yeah, the PS. He did a video of boxing. I'm like, how many Zambians right now even have the energy to boxing?
Much. So it's sad. I mean, very soon we'll, even despite having such a good season of the rainy season, Mairo comfort Zambia tamudi amesh tayafumana mataps. We'll now start importing even water. Huh? He knows the impacts of food security, what it can do to human development.
You know,
insecurity of a
you know, I think what surprised me, you mentioned about water, that they canceled the Kuomboka when we have so much rain. I'm like, is this a political thing? Why did they cancel the Kuomboka ceremony when we have had so much rains in Zambia? Eh?
I saw that. Apparently, they said, I don't know, in Western Province probably it didn't rain as much. And so the water levels are very, very low. Most of the areas are just ground. But, you know, I equally saw the people in the Western Province that they really look forward to the Kuomboka because that is their time their businesses thrive. You understand? A lot of people come for the Kuomboka. And the people in Western Province, you know, they look forward to it because then they know that business has come in their area. They saw a lot of things, and we have a lot of tourists that attend the Kuomboka. And now the Kuomboka has been cancelled. I don't know. I cannot confirm. I haven't been to the Western Province to see for myself that the water levels are below an acceptable level for the Kuomboka to continue to go on. You see? But you know, this food insecurity, Mama Pumulo, human beings need food for their survival. I mean, the lack of food and prominence of food insecurity has a significant impact on human development levels in any country. So we need to understand how human beings develop day by day. Because now if there's shortage of their staple food, you are now calling for, you know, what is coming is hunger, Mama Pumulo. Hunger now comes with diseases. Diseases now will demand medicines, which are not there. You see what I mean?
But you know, Anik, I remember me, I was a young girl when we had shortage of Ubunga. School too much Ubunga. You know, everything stops. When there is no food security, tatwale kuma school twale muma line ya kutanta Ubunga. And in a family, if you are 5, you line up at 5 different shops because you don't know who are like kushta. It's crazy, guys. We have lived, some of us have lived through these food shortages. Salad, Ubunga, sugar. You have no idea. You have no idea of the impact of this thing. It is just beginning.
At least Kaunda, we had shortages like of Fanta, Coca-Cola, apples, bread, and we could do without those things because those were not our staple food, you know. And governments have come and gone, but really to touch on Ubunga. And you know there's a crisis in Zambia. Uyo nai makale aliku Mozambique washechalo chilipama bricks. People are complaining. Staple food. Hey, Wakateka, 2026 is coming. And this time, Mama Pumulo, the Zambians have learned a lesson. You see what these politicians do? They, you know, they go through all these mistakes, but come 2026, just before the election, boom, they are going to supply the Zambians with everything. But gone are the days where Zambians are now forgetful. No, they are alert. They will not care whether now you or 2025, you now start supplying people with everything. And everything is okay. They will still remember. And so this time, the Zambian people are going to vote wisely. They will really vote wisely because our politicians, time for campaigns, to take, you know, free this, free that, free that. But immediately after the elections, you don't see them anymore. You don't hear them. They sit back and say, oh, well, we've got 5 years. And somebody can come shamelessly and say, we're HH until 2031. Which country do you live in? Shame on you. Unless I have a president, but Zambians now are sharp. They watch and they listen. And so they will make their decision well in advance. Remember, the majority of voters, Mama Pumulo, Eva chula na sana, they're affluent, they don't really care. There's apathy because for them, if Milimu is not there, they'll go and buy potatoes, they'll go and buy rice. You understand? If bread is not there, they'll buy flour and they'll bake cakes. Can you do that in the village with no electricity, Mama Pumulo?
But
the answer is no.
I beg to disagree with you on that, Anik. If you look at Mandevu, potatoes. These are the voters in Lusaka. The affluent.
What I'm saying,
yeah.
What I'm saying, Mama Pumulo, at least the people in the towns have alternative to other sources of power. To other source of power. Komoshi, it's very, very difficult to obtain a malasha. Kanshininkunifie all the time. And that Ubunga is a very, very delicate thing that they look forward to having. Mumaya Dayabo. Because Baradima, Ebadima. You understand? And most of the time they go by Ubunga. Now the governments have been saying to them, FRA But again, even as they take their maize to FRA, they will want to shortchange them. You see what I mean? And so, thereby creating unnecessary hunger. Nowadays, Mama Pumulo, Zambia, people are eating once a day. Once a day. Gone are the days where people have 3 meals a day. Let nobody lie to you. You can't have breakfast, lunch, and supper. No, it's once a day. That's what we have been reduced to. Huh? But the government is in and out. They are not seeing this. Umuntu uakana nokuya ingira mu State House, Mama Pumulo. At no, State House is not my level. I cannot go and live in that State House. Why you talk your way?
They are killing.
You know, talk your way, Mama.
And I know in a copper belt again, they ran over another person on copper belt. Bani funiko kuruba mudala. Ile the presidential motorcade dia way.
It is heavily populated. Kuryoko waya ikalaba president, that Tokyo way is heavily populated as compared to President's Lane, Mama Pumulo. President's Lane, it's not as heavily populated. First of all, why did they call it President's Lane? Why am Kuikarakudia, where minibus drivers, minibuses fly in and fly out all the time. A lot of residents, Mama Pumulo, live in that area. A lot of residents. One, you are inconveniencing the residents because you go and decide to stay there. Number two, you have allowed your government to modify the security at your personal house. Unless I stand to be corrected that our president used his personal money to modify the security at his house. And now you go and kill someone and they are quiet. This has happened, Mama Pumulo. Even in PF, it has happened, where sweepers, they just kill at whim. But Wakateka has refused to stay in the State House because it is not his level. What is telling us?
What does it mean? So you
no, he's a mini.
No, so what does it mean? State House is not his level, because we Zambians, that is where our president should stay. So then in Zambia also as a country, it's not his level for him to govern. If you cannot stay in the State House for Zambia, you shouldn't even be a president if you refuse to stay in that State House, because that State House belongs to the people. Someone was saying, I listened to someone who says, how can a president refuse to stay in that State House? Does he know how people live in Kalingalinga, in Mandevu, villages? People are 70% of Zambians, they are living in mud thatched homes. But President Wahaka, do you know that over 70% of Zambians live in substandard housing? Is the president aware that Zambians live in substandard housing with no running water, no electricity? And then you are there to say approach 1 is your staff standard, when the people who voted for you are still living in mud thatched homes. It's a shame. But we voted for a wrong person. That on itself, where he's denying to go in a State House, where as our regular people, they are living, it's uninhabitable. I want to make Zambia. People, the way they live in Zambia, it's like, in this Zambia really, if they produce copper, it is least Zambia is number 6 in terms of wealth. But the poverty level ya kwa jabantu balefimba nifitenge kya makampeni. Hello abantu balelumba Mama HH until 2036, HH until 2030. Shame on you. Shame.
Mama Pumulo, his arrogance and his pomposity will cost him an election. You know, the praise singers always want to find something silly to protect the president over. When he refused to move into State House, atawe mwadi Ubunga, balungu badishire mu Ubunga. So bakaunda badishire mu Ubunga, bachiruba nabo balishiremo Ubunga mwana wasa balishiremo Ubunga bantwanikani abo basata nabo bashamo Ubunga elo na balungu bashamo Ubunga. So limbi they are thinking limbi nabo bakateka bana bonga bayamo nabona nishikuya bebe. You understand what I mean? So I don't know where these thoughts are coming from, but they are useless thoughts because the people that put you on that seat are the same people who are living in deplorable conditions.
Imagine.
State House may not be heaven to you, but it is heaven to them.
To all Zambians, it's heaven. To all Zambians, it's heaven.
It is heaven to all Zambians. But you know, you consider yourself a mini god. Meanwhile, you are on a podium talking of how you suffered as a young child, how you were born in a hut in Ubunga.
Imagine.
You know, how you went to school without shoes. You are on the podium saying all these things. And people want to sympathize and think you come from humble background. No, you don't, Barakateka. You don't come from a humble background. Because if you came from a humble background, we would have seen your humility by now. But you are not humble. You are full of arrogance and pomposity. That is not the way a leader should be, you know. And time is moving. Time is moving. Zambians are watching. Already we are pushing to August. Pushing to August will be 2 years. But nothing of significance has happened. Abantu bachiri banechula. That is the biggest thing. People are still suffering. Yes, you've employed teachers. Yes, you've given free education. But then ask yourselves, Mama Pumulo, why are people still suffering? Despite free education, despite teachers being employed, are the teachers the only people that need to eat? But you do not create an enabling environment for people to do business. The little enabling environment you create of exporting meal is a mess and a sham. And so that is your way of creating an enabling environment. Because you have got technocrats. The president has technocrats that he has carried on into State House. I mean, he's always boasting. You wait. You will see who my governor of Bank of Zambia will be. I expected somebody like, wow, where has this person been exported?
I expected Dambi Samoyo, honestly. I expected Dambi Samoyo to be part of this government.
But he doesn't want to tap into that. For him, it is about revenge, revenge, revenge. You need to let go and move on. When you let go of that anger of yours, the Zambian people will embrace you.
It's too late. Pride comes before a fall. Pride comes before a fall. And this president, not only will he lose elections, this is my opinion. Zambia, we are a democracy. We have a freedom of thought, speech, and expression. Ndela, number one. This president will lose. This is my prediction. He is going to lose 20. Actually, if we go to 2026, he will lose. But the indicators people are calling for early elections, they have failed. And then, so any elections, he will lose. Then the lies, who will flee? They are lying under oath. It's a called perjury. It's a crime. Who will flee crime to this president and all his ministers? I can name even 10 ministers who are lying. When he has the
Mama,
yes.
And it's called methomania.
Yes. So that meant they are going to jail one day. They will be all refugees. They should bakutuke muchalo. Me, I can just advise them. Once kukabati baka elections or gabata resign, let him and his ministers run away from Zambia because lying under oath is perjury. They lied. Okay, he made lies before he was president, but now he continues to lie in the office. When he has a saying in ceremony, Bible. All the ministers, they hold the Bible and they swear to protect the constitution. What these people they are doing, they are lying day in, day out. Milandu mwebantu. Ababantu bonse bakakakiwa ndemyeba. Nga kwaisa fresh blood government 2026. They are all going to jail. I'm telling you. We don't know what deal they signed between the PF. All these judges will go too. All these judges in the Zambia judiciary, they will go. But no one has been prosecuted. Yosemana prosecute. We need a fresh start. Zambia, the whole scene needs to change. The legislature, the judiciary wants a fella. We need to purge that. We need people who are going to respect the constitution and respect the rule of law to take Zambia forward. Otherwise, my games sheture yangan. But in the 2026, even before 2026, he is going to be charged with perjury. Him and his ministers. He is the head of the government. He is the commander-in-chief. So everything is falling on his head. But in the do something, you are going to spend the jail time or you are going to be in exile. Mukasala pofimo. Bahaka in the dead. The way things are happening, you have two choices. Either you will be in exile or you are going to spend jail time. Two choices.
He'll make sure he changes the constitution before he
Oh,
leaves.
yeah, right. That constitution will throw it out. If you change your constitution to cover your corruption, that constitution will be thrown out. We are not going to have these dirty politics. No. Are we babies to allow leaders Zambia say no to that. But you are millionaires. We just need leaders to come and bring that dream into reality. Could you buy money? Eh? Our leaders, they have put their people first. That's what we need. We need leaders who will be like, let us put our people first. All politicians in Zambia are millionaires. We need dollars. So why can't we be millionaires? Are they the only Zambians? Eh? Because you know it. All the Zambian politicians, they are millionaires in dollars. And what made them millionaires in dollars? There is more from where it came from. Zambia, your goal is, remember Zambia youth, your goal is look for a leader who will put you first. Who is going to make every Zambian a millionaire? Chapwa. We need a wealth fund. Centralize our minerals and share the wealth of the country equally. Chapwa. It's a simple. Not very good. Briefcase minerals for free because they received a briefcase of money at your expense. But for an large committee, it's Macron France. The French president, what did he say today? What IMF? Those days are gone. And the sooner you Zambians realize it, especially by praise singer, because problem is by praise singer, and I think we should come to an end. And my last comment before we end, I just want to comment on this thing. I'm like, this is disgusting. What kind of leaders did we vote in? The Uriah minister, actually, he should be stepped down right away. He's not, he doesn't even deserve to be in that office.
How long does Tute take to grow?
They have no plan. No plan. They are like scavengers, you know, vouchers. They came and raided our national security. You say, do they even know human rights? It's the most scandalous government ever. Most scandalous government I've never seen. And they have no shame. Our Minister of Agriculture should resign. Kumona Chushikasanda takwata nensoni. Chushikasanda, you are in a scandals. Muma meli ni scandal moaba. Muma nani kane muma alpha commodity moaba. But you have walipama wa UPND kwena walipama. Mwalipama ba UPND mwalipama tawakwata nensoni. Ine panopondi ubunga bwatute. I have eaten, but I just miss a bit. Hello, mula ndwali kana mumala babia batunga bali ubunga bwatute bula bandwali kana mumala. What do you think Zambians are to you? Abantu babipela power. Babipela ama instruments of power to manage the millions of dollars of resources. Mwawula na mambuya kumushi. Bale sunga mubutale fyakulia. I am Tonga, so from my Tonga family, Tura Sunga, Ubutala Mula for 2 years. Babi come off but they would always keep reserve. From a Tonga family, even villagers can plan better than technocrats. Welcome, Mama.
Mama Matipa, I missed you, Mama.
Divya Wino, I missed you so much too. How are you, Mama Maria?
Sing a man sticky.
Actually,
Mary,
network, eh? Yeah, Mama Maria, I missed you so much.
Network, when I know in one day, Mama, I missed you too.
I went to the Fiebwe, not to the Fiebwe, no Mulekosa.
Because Elena Zambia, if you know, I'm missing a son.
Chachi name.
So I am
Mama.
So if you otherwise, Mama Maria, welcome.
Yeah, how Monday. Mama.
Ala to the wafia in Sala Capondo, Mama Maria, in Sala Yapo.
Na totela mama na temwa sano kumimona lero nabo wansansa san
Na ifwe bene Mama Maria, I'm so happy.
Network.
Na ine wine Papa, my network has held on because it was really dancing along. Mama Maria, network yenu taidi stable. Muleputaika nga mulela andafidya.
Network taidi wino mama, network.
Mwacherwa mama, mwachibakwisa abantu bayamkulala. Yabachani 22 hours.
Ine network yandiri fye bwino.
Yeah.
Okay, let's restart.
Mama Pumulo.
Let's restart.
Mama
Let me end this live and restart. Mama
Pumulo. Mama Pumulo, uko mwikalo uko, as we are not even supposed to say network, pantu wa Mama Pumulo wekala kuchalo echayemba. Network tayangala iyo. So you wanna restart the program?
Yeah. So let's end the live and start again.
Okay, Mama Pumulo, you can end the live. I just wanna say bye to the viewers. But before I go, Mama Pumulo, I just wanna say, to the government of the day, we've had riots before in Zambia because of a shortage of mealie meal. I remember, I think somewhere in the 80s we had riots, and so this situation of shortage of mealie meal has to be arrested. Remember, a hungry man is an angry man. You are a businessman, and show us your business qualities. You promise to turn this country around. Remember that power belongs to the people. You mess up with the people, they will mess you up. That's all I can say, Mama Pumulo.
I just want to say that Mwalanda is my HH Nima businessman. But matters of governance, you need to put your businessman hat aside and become a statesman. You become a father of the nation. We know that businessmen, they are all about profits and loss, and they don't care if people die or live or die. Businessmen just look at their numbers, the balance sheets. And we are here to tell you to say, by HH, when you came to Zambia as a president, you are the father of the nation. You are no longer a businessman. You have tried to be a businessman for 1 year, 8 months. You have tried to be a businessman. But as a father, now try to be a father. When you are a father, you care. This is what you need to do. HH needs to come to Zambia National Broadcasting Services. They need to come to ZNBC. They need to go to radio and they need to go to radio and address the whole country. But HH bafulokuya pa radio nokulanda na mazambia bonse pa radio na pa TV. I am a statement wale panga pa Facebook is not reaching every Zambian. Not everyone has a smartphone to access Facebook. So we are here to say by HH, you need to be connected with your voters. People voted from you. They didn't have a smartphone. You know, not everybody has a smartphone in Zambia. So I can just appeal to our president to say it's not too late. Talk to your people, assure your people make some changes. I am conditions here by IMF. Tell by IMF is not working. People are ditching IMF. I mean, friends, I mean, Macron, they are going against IMF. Why? If France can go against the United States, who are we as Zambians not to make a decision based on what will benefit people? People are looking out for their citizens. They don't care about America. Like even this fertilizer thing, Russia produces double the amount of fertilizer UK produces. But we refuse to get fertilizer from Russia. And now I hear we are going to start producing fertilizer with the USA. And never pressing about their total. And my question is, before you clap, ask, what about nitrogen chemicals? How is this going to work? Because right now we must be talking of industrializing our country. We can't be talking of every time importing, taking away jobs. We have to bring jobs to Zambia. So if you want to Wallace, I think we'll try to be here tomorrow. Are you available tomorrow, Anik? Or
Tuesdays and Thursdays,
yeah.
You said? But tomorrow I can be available because on Thursday, that's when I have my choir day. Thursdays is my choir day.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Mama Pumulo, the reason I called him a businessman because he boastfully came onto the seat and say he's an economist and therefore he's going to change the economy of this country. He knows the cost of doing business, and for him, the previous government did not manage the economy very well because they are not businessmen. They do not know how to handle business in this country. So, yeah, I know he's supposed to behave like a statesman, you know, and look after the Zambian people that put him on that throne. And so let us see his business acumen, what he's going, because he does not allow his ministers to work independently. There's always interference from him. So probably he will teach them a thing or two and the economy will be up again.
We have seen it. If you can hope, it might be a hope for me. I'm done with this government, really.
Yeah. Oh, I was done even before they came in.
I'm done. I am so done. Even if I campaigned for them, now our job is to work on our praising.
Our Mama Pumulo, you don't have to even work on the praise singers. They have been hit. They've been hit. Their spine has been injured. Yes, their spine has been injured. So panono, they'll be filtering away. But it's good that you, yeah, it's good you've brought in this phone-in program. Try and promote it as much as possible so that we start getting phone calls. Because I've seen Kasonde Mwenda, he's got a phone-in program. Batayali equally has a huge phone-in program. So let's hope we will get some callers next time we are on. You don't have to tell us who you are if you want. You don't even have to tell us where you're calling from. You can just talk, you know, if you do not want to be identified. You know,
exactly. I actually called in yesterday. It is so nice. I think the whole country now wants it is on fire. Everyone, our voices, our choice. Let us join voices and condemn this mismanagement of our country and our resources.
Yeah.
If it were America, at what cost?
Yeah. And Mama Pumulo, you know, I'm actually getting tired of us becoming broken records because we keep complaining about the same thing.
one after another. The same thing. It's becoming boring, not only to our listeners, even to ourselves.
Me
It's
too,
irritating,
you know.
and very
Yeah.
boring, you know. We should look forward to something new, something exciting that the government has done, so that we know we can give them the accolades. We are not here to just break them down every day, but we are listening to the cries of the people, and that's why whenever we come, we are here to tell you that, you know, your performance is below par, you can do better than that. Because people are crying. People call us every day and say, Landeni popari ifinefi, awe ture chula. He himself campaigned on the fact that abantu wale chula dangling utuma such as Twakukingo when he had a calling program. And when they said, oh, President Murishani atawe tatudi wino, ture chula. I mean, like, really? No.
That's why I said, let him, you know, he should just fire his ministers. I don't know, he need to do something drastic, honestly.
Yeah. Maybe one day we can have him on this show, so he can tell, come on. Yeah, no, so that he can tell the people of Zambia his vision and how he's executing his vision. And, you know, come and humbly apologize to the suffering of the Zambians that are going on, and that he is aware of it, and he is trying as much as possible to change the narrative so that he leaves Zambia in a better situation than he found it, you know. So hopefully he listens to us, and one day he'll be with us on this panel. Thank you very much, Mama Pumulo, and thank you, viewers.
Actually, me and Nick, I don't even look forward to being live too. Honestly, if he's gonna come with his pack of lies, I would rather not even deal with it. To be honest, I'm like, I can't. You know what? You can do whatever. I can tolerate a lot of things, not lies. Like I can tolerate a liar, like somebody who lies boldly. Like I can't tolerate.
Yeah.
So I guess
let's have
let's continue tomorrow and see what the mood, what's happening in the country. I want to know about Furunga.
Yeah. Mama Pumulo, you never know. Maybe just one day, he would want to come on this program to give us an opportunity to interview him, you know, and allow him that opportunity to tell the Zambians and even to apologize to the Zambians, you know, to apologize to Zambians about
the first things first is an apology. If I ever sat with him, I would like him to apologize, because it means he betrayed Zambians, you know. Lots of
that's very
So I think first things first, we need an apology before we can even start talking. Because when somebody apologizes, it means they acknowledge their mistake.
Yeah, that's very true.
Okay, my dear. See you tomorrow then. All right. Good night, people. Thank you.